Author presents Back and Forth with NEVS and Sven, a program of writing rants and rebuttals.
Okay, publishers, okay? Talent is subjective, and there is a select club working in the publishing industry that act as gatekeepers between the writer and their potential audience. They have their focus groups, and they watch the tweets, and they know how to play it safe. You know what? Wall Street has made them risk adverse. They want a sure thing, and that comes in the following forms. An established author with a track record. A celebrity. Built-in platform. A writer who comes with a platform, basically a celebrity. And number 4, someone who hits the trend of the hour. That's really the only way people are getting published these days, with the big 5, okay? So, if you don't fall into these categories, then the big 5 don't want you. You can go to hell. And if they do want you because a friend of the family or one of your connections got you a lucky break with an editor, you may find that your advance isn't worth assigning you marketing and publicity dollars, okay? I'm talking about sub 7 figures. Guess what? You ain't gonna get the marketing time. You're just not. This is coming from, I've seen Sven's interviews. It washes out. This makes sense. You'll be giving them the majority of your book sales, and you'll be doing all the work to promote it. That's what I call double fisting, okay? That's it. Oh, and then there are the small presses who are willing to take risks, but they got no marketing dollars. So why bother? Why give the majority cut of your sales to someone who is doing nothing more than editing, typesetting, and commissioning a cover? I mean, hey, you could do it cheaper yourself when you cut out the middleman. You know what I mean? Capiche? And the hybrid publishing? Come on. That only happens when you have a platform. You know what I'm saying? Otherwise, they don't need you. I mean, hybrid publishing is all about a bunch of people in the room who got platforms, and they're talking to each other in each other's platforms. So basically, it's a pyramid game. It's Amway. Okay, it's Amway for books. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about here. So this leaves you with self-publishing or indie publishing, which basically is you knocking on doors and giving your sales pitch via social media, the internet, or on your own 2 physical feet. You know what I'm saying? You got it? Self-publishing is all about signal-to-noise ratio. There are millions of self-published books out there. In fact, there have been more books released in the new millennium, I'm talking about since, 2000, than the rest of human history, than the rest of all the writing in human history, just since the passage of the new millennium. Can you believe this stuff? I mean, come on, that's crazy. So how do you even get seen in this ocean of content? Your book, you're back to the platform again. You know what I'm saying? You're back to the platform. All right, okay, so, but let's get back to the publishers, okay? Back before the proliferation of the internet and fake news and the cancer of indie publishing, there were many more publishing houses and many more editors willing to take risks. They didn't have, the instant feedback and what was trending and what was selling at that time. And they didn't have Wall Street breathing down their necks, you know what I'm saying? Like having to have profitability all the time. They based publishing on talent. Even if a book itself did not fit into the confines of a perfect comp title, they would put it out if it was good. But you know what? Those days are dead and gone. And this is reality. So, good luck with that, Chuck. Okay? Peace out. That's NEVS, and that's my take. Okay, bye. I'm not sure there ever was a golden age of publishing. Certainly before the invention of the television, there were a lot more people, in fact, a profound number of people who were reading as a pastime because there's fewer things to occupy your time. But granted, now that there's a lot more things to distract you, there's also a massive population explosion since the 20th century, which means there's still a lot of people who are reading for their pastime. Publishers have their work cut out for them. Wall Street is definitely watching, and since they mandate growth year over year and seeing profitability year over year, which I think is absolutely absurd because no company can grow forever, it's hard, and they're risk adverse, which means it's much more difficult to get things published. They want a sure thing. But that doesn't mean there's somebody who can strike it big as a new writer and get on the lists of the big five. I think it's still possible. It's just hard, but it's possible. If you go with a small press or a hybrid, it's still better than going indie. Why? Because that logo on the back of your book, if you're going small press or hybrid, will open up more doors for marketing and publicity opportunities than indie publishing. It's just how it works. And if you're going with a big five, obviously that opens up even more doors. So you have to look at this as a stepping stone. Okay, you're not making a ton of money. In fact, I'll wager 95% of most people are not making any money at publishing or writing. They're doing it because it's a passion. That aside, again, you have to think about building your platform. If you're building your platform with a small press or a hybrid press, you're still better off than indie, like I said, because of the marketing opportunities. It's a slow burn, it's a slow build, and you have better opportunities to go where the opportunities are. And again, you're not gonna be able to quit your day job, and that's just how it goes. Publishing is a slow burn. It's not an overnight success, despite the overnight successes you read about. Again, how often do you read about these overnight successes? Once, twice a year? I mean, it's crazy. I mean, for a new writer to get an overnight success. Again, it's a slow burn, and you can't blame the publishing industry for failures. You just have to keep plugging, and it's a numbers game. Sooner or later, if you plug long enough, your number will turn up. Whenever you're in a highly competitive environment, the odds are against you, and it's even worse in the arts because nobody really understands the formula for success. You have to dig in for the long haul. There's really no other way. You have to do this because it's a passion, not a get-rich-quick scheme. Those never work. Oh, I'm Pollyanna. I'm Pollyanna. This is how it really is. No, you know what? I'm telling you how it really is. So, you decide. Who's right, who's wrong?